probably taste just like candy.
Hershey's brings you a dessert range. Strawberries and cream. Choco tiramisu. Choco cheesecake.
Morning, welcome back. I heard the guy that runs this channel never knows what time it is. It's morning somewhere in the world. Oh my god, what's that? Thank you. You think YouTube will send me my silver play button now? Anyways, glad you could make it to the party. We're celebrating the 6-month anniversary to that bubble tea episode from Dragon's Den, when two Québécois Canadiens tried to reinvent a drink with Asian origins by taking the Asian part out.
It's not an ethnical product anymore, not with the popping bobas. So we took the version, the Asian version, and we made it with the fruit, with juice.
When this dropped, the internet was fed for at least a week with how much content was being made about it. Who knew Marvel would unintentionally give Simu Liu a Shang-Chi spinoff? Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Non-Ethnical Boba. This episode was basically a catalyst for upcoming silly shenanigans. Now, every 6 months, a similar event will take place, like clockwork. Similar to when a TV show starts its next season, and I'm excited to announce Season 2 of Asian Tea Discourse. Think we need to workshop the name. This time, we're talking about matcha, green tea that's been pulverized into a fine, delicious, energy-boosting dust, which you ingest via mouth holes, not nose holes. Known for its vibrant green color, strong flavor profile, people say it's the healthier alternative to coffee, with more antioxidants and less caffeine crashes. Because of how trendy it's become, many social groups have adopted matcha as their drink of choice. More so the younger crowds like Gen Zs and tail-end millennials. Influencers from LA, people into the health and wellness grind. There's even matcha enthusiasts who can show you 20 ways to make a drink using different whisking techniques. Oh, and of course the sprinkle of rage bait here and there. It's not a viral thing on the internet unless it makes you go, huh? That's nice. Nothing like shotgunning gallons of tea in the morning in a child-sized glass to start the day. When the child is tea. I get it now. Matcha has officially joined the ranks of cool beverages you'll see on social media, like gamer subs. The cleaner energy drink with no fillers and no added sugar, so you can avoid those nasty caffeine crashes. What's even cooler is that every flavor comes with its own unique designs on the packaging. No two will ever look the same. If you're a fan of anime and waifus, gamer subs is where it's at. They're chill like that. And what's even more chill, my code Invasion gets you 10% off your order of gamer subs. Right. I'm actually really excited to talk about this topic. Personal experience, man. I've been drinking matcha since high school, and it's still my ride or die drink. 20 years ago, I'd be that one kid who'd get the weird green tea frappuccino instead of strawberry or chocolate. Even in smoothies, if you know booster juice, a mind over matcha was my favorite drink to get. Every time I order a matcha drink now, I always get an extra 2-3 scoops on top of what they already put in there. If my matcha doesn't turn me into alphaba because of how green it is, then I don't want. Matcha is definitely not the same compared to when it first popped up in North America. A transition period happened where it went from a niche flavor with a low pick rate to having a gorilla grip chokehold all over the world. Everywhere you turn, there's walls of green where green has never been before. Have you ever heard of matcha soba noodles? More like soba-di. Let me know if this is good. There's also been rumblings about the TikTokification of matcha and how it becoming mainstream has sort of ruined it, with big coffee chains coming out with matcha everything and trendy sugar-loaded recipes going viral all the time. I wouldn't say it's ruined. There's just more ways to consume it now, making it more approachable to a regular Joe. Matcha's getting to the same level of popularity as iced coffee. Wow, look at us.
We did it! We
really did it, Joe.
There's newly converted matcha heads who might have not tried it if they saw a monk make it the old-fashioned way. Bowl, bamboo whisk, sleek haircut and all. No need to worry about variety, you'll see all sorts of content about this tea online. There's still plenty of passionate creators who make matcha using traditional tools. They can tell you all about the history of this form of tea, and then casually give you 50 tips on making the highest quality matcha drink. You just might not see them as often, cause they're not making clickbait focused content. All you need to do is tell the algorithm what you want by searching for it. It'll give it to you. And we can all live in matcha harmony. Until someone comes in trying to stir shit up. They didn't even bring a whisk. A trailer dropped for this product called Poda, which is a new innovative way to make matcha without all the hassle. And after filming this video, I realized it's actually pronounced Poda. My brain tricked me. It saw this name as the beginning part of podiatrist, so my bad. Instead of dealing with the inconvenience of mixing powders with crappy traditional tools, just squeeze it out of a aluminum tube like you're making a Vegemite sandwich. Unsurprisingly, the public reaction was mixed. I'll let you see for yourself before we go any further.
Let's make matcha, but we don't need any of this crap. So if you're like me, you discovered matcha and thought, wow, this stuff is great. I'll have it every day. So you hop on Amazon to find the best matcha out there. And suddenly, it's confusing. A million brands, each claiming to be the best. Ceremonial? Culinary? What does it even mean? You finally pick one, excited to try it, and it's stale, clumpy, and a hassle to make.
Okay, I see where the problem is. Using too many tools and making a mess isn't your issue. If you're gonna make matcha to drink the traditional way, the very first step is making sure the liquid goes inside your mouth and not splashed across the table. Did that glass even go anywhere near your face? I know. Contrary to popular belief, even if a table is made from wood, it doesn't have to be watered, unless it's complicated IKEA furniture. That gets watered with tears. From what I learned, high quality matcha should be a vibrant deep green color with a smooth fine consistency. If it's dull and sort of brown, it means it's oxidized or it's on the lower end in terms of quality.
The color isn't everything though, but it sure is a good indicator of what you might get.
I'll admit, it's confusing if you're new to this, but if you have the mental capacity to make an entire matcha brand, you probably have the ability to spend 10 minutes Googling the differences between culinary and ceremonial matcha. Even during a 50-minute doom scroll, you'll get a bunch of reviews and educational content from matcha aficionados. The internet's basically a free textbook on anything you can think of. When shopping online, it's a given. Brands will use a lot of buzzwords to get you to buy their stuff. It's the nature of the free market, baby. Everyone's gonna claim they're the best. Nega J Jalaga. It'd be weirder if a company didn't. No time to be humble when you're a business. We might not be the best, but we're a proud middle of the road, 5th most okay product out there. Companies are gonna say what they want. It's also up to the consumer to realize, if everyone's the best, who's the best? 9 out of 10 dentists recommend this toothpaste? What is that 10th dentist saying?
You don't need that stuff, kid. It's the government trying to brainwash ya. Trust me, I'm wearing a white lab coat. Hey, while you're at it, can we get some candy up in here?
I wouldn't be too surprised if this Poda product went ahead and slapped some marketing jargon on itself. The best way to consume. The freshest storage system in the world. What if I told you?
There's a better way. Meet Poda, the best matcha on the planet, packed in an aluminium tube to keep it as fresh as the day it was harvested.
The best matcha on the planet? That's a bold claim. Have you even visited other planets? For example, Uranus. Just one look at that green planet, I can already tell. There's plenty of green-brown paste getting squeezed out from an opening with a funky smell. Oh, how's the matcha there? I don't know.
I got this crazy idea after researching matcha and realizing, why are we still using powder? Turns out matcha has always been powdered because that was the easiest way to store it. But it's not the freshest. So I decided to put matcha in a squeezable paste format. Not only is it easier, but it's also so much fresher since it's not exposed to air or light. Ditch the clumps and try Poda.
Poda You really wanted to reheat some toothpaste nachos. This ad didn't sit too well with the matcha drinkers. The first thing people started questioning were claims of a tube being the freshest way to store matcha, compared to its typical powder form. Unfortunately, no one's able to taste test it yet. It's still in its Kickstarter phase, so we can't really verify these freshness claims. But the matcha fans, baristas, and even matcha brand owners were speculating that the color of Poda was an indicator of its quality. Apparently, once you mix matcha with water, the quality already starts to degrade. Humidity is matcha's worst enemy, and what's more humid than water?
So to start, the reason why a paste in a tube doesn't really work is because you're automatically mixing the matcha with other ingredients. And as soon as you do that, it doesn't matter what the format of the product is, even if it's like a latte mix powder, it just degrades the quality of the matcha. Which is why when I tried that other brand of matcha in a tube, I was not surprised at all that the color and the taste were so off.
On their website, the ingredients in a tube of Poda are matcha leaves, water, vegetable glycerin, and natural preservative. Poda might have created a formula where these extra ingredients don't affect the taste too much and actually do keep it fresh. But like I said, we won't know for sure until that Kickstarter check clears. And I mean, it's not like the majority of matcha producers from Asia have centuries of experience to know that using tin cans and aluminum packets to store powdered matcha to this day is the best way to do it. They're just silly gooses who do things based on how easy it is. The main issue people had with Poda was the strange marketing strategy they went with. They focused a lot on putting down all other matcha companies that came before them with questionable claims with a side of disrespecting Asian culture. Guessing market research went on holidays and came back to a mess on social media. And a messy table with matcha strewn all over it. Hey, I don't think it's wrong to start a brand outside of your own culture. It's very doable if it's done the right way. Like a Pokemon fusion. You have the potential to get a super hybrid culture by combining two things that might have never crossed paths. Kind of a weird analogy. Hope you get what I mean though. Even as an outsider, if you're knowledgeable enough about a product where you can bring something new to the table, people will respect that. You just gotta show it to the customer. They're smart nowadays. They can tell when a brand has done its market research compared to a brand who doesn't know the audience they're marketing to and is just going for that sweet cash grab. There's a common misconception with matcha. While Japan is currently the most well-known and biggest producer of matcha, it actually originated from China first, and then was brought over to Japan by a Buddhist monk. I've been drinking this all my life, and I just found this out. Which brings us to our next point. Disrespecting the country known for tea is not a good business move. Everyone and their dog knows that. Poda didn't outright say all matcha that comes from China is bad quality because, you know, it's made in China, but we can tell what they're implying because of the implication.
Most matcha powder is a scam. Let me explain. Most matcha is stale, clumpy, and made in China.
POV, you finally find matcha at the supermarket, but it has a made in Shein label on it. At least the Chinese brand knows how to spell check their stuff. On top of calling traditional tea making tools crap, they made content alluding that matcha is a confusing foreign product that's too overwhelming for the average consumer to understand. You're ready to buy matcha, but none of the packet have an English label. How are you supposed to know which one to get? Look at all this Asian language. Who has the time to learn what this is saying? Other than the people who translated the Chinese and Japanese text to English right on the product?
Feel limitless with Vaseline Powerful SPF with glutathione in a serum burst formula for a sun-protected glow.
These videos are
Matcha is everywhere these days, not just in the latte
Morning, welcome back.
Oh, who is you? I'm your grandmother.
The constant exposure to these things gave me Stockholm Syndrome or something. I just had to do it. Anyways, this channel is run by a guy who enjoys long walks on the beach, believes the maknae should eat first, and has a thing for saving money. Am I a Rocket Money fan? Well, yes, they're today's sponsor. More about them later. In all my millennial lifetime, where I got to experience awkward encounters with door-to-door salespeople and me mom's Tupperware parties with her friends, I've never seen a more accomplished salesperson than TikTok when it comes to trends. You think Elden Ring monsters are hard to beat? Try out selling consumerism's final boss, who doesn't even work on commission, might I add. This app has a reputation for being able to change the trajectory of a product's life overnight. Then we have to deal with the aftermath of things you used to buy all the time never being in stock. Whether it's a good or bad thing is up for debate, but it really speaks to the power of marketing with short-form content. Even my parents, who are retired, will know more about a popular trend before me. So uncool, man. I'm actually a cooked grandpa not up to date with the times at all. Every time I visit my parents, they're probably thinking, okay, so there's a 56-year-old woman here. I first learned about this ice cream called Chapman's Salty Caramel Crunch Super Premium Plus Ice Cream. Woo! From people hyping it up on Instagram Reels. How good can an ice cream be? I bought it, and in a single bite, it became my favorite ice cream. Then I went out and bought 2 more pints. Ever since then, I've only been able to think about it as a fond memory. Cause it's always out of stock, and only this flavor too. Same with the matcha brand I like to order from. It's been so long since I drank one of you. Miss you guys. You know something is starting to blow up when multiple countries announce there's a shortage of things you should be able to buy with ease, like cucumbers and tea. The newest international shortage on our hands is pistachios, literally common loot you can find at most grocery stores. This was caused by a dessert called the Dubai chocolate bar. It's gotten so big, it's competing against Rihanna's forehead on the Burj Khalifa.
Hello, Dubai.
This popular item comes from a dessert company called Fixed Dessert Chocolatier. It's a combination of the Middle Eastern dessert kanafe, which is shredded phyllo pastry, mixed together with pistachio cream, tahini, all encased in a thin layer of chocolate. This decadent bar will set you back about $20 give or take, and it's not easy to get, even if you start throwing money at them. They're only sold through a British online food delivery company called Deliveroo, and at the duty-free store inside the Dubai International Airport, which is the main reason for the unofficial name being Dubai Chocolate. Its birth name is actually Can't Get Kanaf of it. Oh, they got jokes. I believe since they're made by hand, Fix only releases 2 batches per day online, and they sell out quick. With limited drops like this, you gotta book time off and stretch your fingers if you wanna add to cart faster than everyone else.
First, you download an app called Deliveroo with 2 O's. And then you set a timer on your phone for 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. And they release a certain amount of bars at that time. Oh, that was good. And it sells out in minutes.
This interesting combination of flavors wasn't a huge hit at first, until someone did a mukbang on TikTok, which propelled Fixed Desserts to A-list status. The first time I saw someone eating one of these, it looked a little unappetizing, not gonna lie. Mainly because of the colors and texture. Greens and browns, not the most appealing to look at side by side, especially all mushed together like that. The ingredients do sound good on paper though. Never had kanafe before, but the ASMR crunch and pistachio cream drew me in. Honestly, I'm not even a big fan of chocolate. Yes, I know, never escaping the 56-year-old lady allegations.
I remember when they first invented chocolate. I always hated it.
It's not the flavor I don't like, but ever since I was a young child and every time I would eat it, my body would not register chocolate as a food you turn into energy. When my stomach sees chocolate walk through the front door, it asks, "Who is you?" and will then digest it and turn it into giant acnes across my entire face. And it's always with chocolate. I can eat a big greasy burger, handfuls of candy, I'm even fine with dairy, but chocolate... Hold on, it's pimple time. Disappointed to say, I don't think I was built to eat chocolate. Reminds me of high school math class. That's where I realized I'm not blessed with any mathematician genetics. Pair that with my irrational fear of numbers, trying to keep track of all my finances and subscriptions. I'm very used to getting jump scared by a random charge on my card for something I stopped using months ago. Well, today's sponsor Rocket Money is here to help. This personal finance app allows you to manage subscriptions, lower bills, make a custom budget, and grow your savings all in one place. By connecting your bank account, Rocket Money can show you all your subscriptions in a list. Perfect if you have the same problem as me. If I don't see it, it's out of sight, out of mind. Being able to see everything right in front of me is real helpful for deciding which ones to keep, and which ones Rocket Money might be able to help me cancel with just a few taps. That's less time wasted on doing the tedious cancel my subscription dance with companies, and more time for you to spend on other things, like saving. They make it easier than ever by giving you the most optimal plan on what you can do to meet your savings goals faster, all based on your preferred way to save. You can edit, pause, spend, or save a little more during certain months. They'll do all the logistical stuff. Rocket Money customers have saved up to $740 a year when using all their premium features. They've also helped customers save over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. Take control of your finances today. Go to rocketmoney.com/advasion to get started for free and unlock even more features with premium. I didn't pay too much attention to Dubai chocolate at first until it took over my feed recently. SpongeBob is my algorithm, showing me things it thinks I'd be interested in, and I'm that old lady in the wheelchair.
We're selling chocolate. Is your mother home?
You know the TikTok virus is in full effect when popular brands start jumping on the hype train, trying to capitalize on the next trendiest thing before it's too late. These days, by the time you hear about something on the internet, the window of opportunity will already be closed. But right now, everywhere you turn, you'll see some type of green-brown food concoction. There's Dubai chocolates in Costco now, Dubai chocolate donuts, Dubai chocolate ice cream, Dubai chocolate pads, Dubai chocolate fruit, Dubai chocolate drinks. Franchises like Shake Shack, Dunkin' Donuts, even the established Swiss chocolate company Lindt could only make limited runs of this flavor because it would always sell out really fast. The name Dubai chocolate is now just a term to describe this specific type of flavor. It doesn't even have anything to do with Dubai anymore. It's the power of social media hype and influencers making this dessert look very delicious online. There's so much food to eat in the world and so little time, you don't want to waste it on something that isn't good. So we turn to others for an opinion. Seeing famous people who are reputable for eating different foods and reviewing them, sometimes one positive review is all it takes to give a product a huge boost to their brand reputation. Although some reviews can be bought and sponsored by brands, so be careful for that. Dubai chocolate is also a new ethnic flavor, as they call it, but it's done in an approachable way so it appeals to a wide audience. The way it's gone viral is very reminiscent to when ube became popular a few years ago. You know, that purple yam from the Philippines. Yeah, I'll get an ube frosty to go with my ube baconator. It'll take 30 minutes? That's cool. I'll just scroll through my ube flip phone and do a little touching up with my ube double wear foundation. It's not just the big brands doing the capitalizing, content creators gotta eat too, you know? And the best way to farm views is turning an eating session into a giant spectacle, where everything is bigger, badder, and freakier.
This is 10,000 kilograms of chocolate and I'm about to make Dubai's biggest viral chocolate bar.
From the corner of my eye, I thought people were chewing on wooden doors. Leave that to the beavers.
Trying a Dubai chocolate tres leches cake for the first time. Yes, sir. I got everything.
I've noticed a specific style of content who's always at the scene of the crime whenever a food item goes viral. It's always eating or cooking in the car. Messily. I'm genuinely curious, do they have tarps laid out, or is there some type of Dyson black hole down there? Every time they take a bite, there's always crumbs falling, never to be seen again. The Dubai chocolate recipe isn't a trademark thing, so lots of copycats have popped up all over the place. People are thinking anything labeled Dubai chocolate is a good quality product, when in reality, you probably want to do a background check on the brand you're buying from. Dubai chocolate only became popular recently, and suddenly, all these brands that popped up overnight are selling it now? They must have thrown it together pretty fast after seeing this recipe go viral. The most random place I've seen it sold? Staples. You know, the home office supply store where you can buy printers and pens. Now you can walk out the store with a computer chair in one hand and a little snack in the other.
Originally made in Dubai. very similar. This is from Staples. It's already breaking.
Okay, originally I was kind of sketched out seeing it sold next to printer ink, but maybe it's not that bad. Good food is good food. I'd like to make a request. Staples should sell Mexican food next.
Huh?
There's a Taco Bell next to the one I typically go to, and it always makes me crave tacos every time I finish shopping. Can you combine the two and call it Staples and Staples? Cause rice and beans are a staple in Latin American cuisine.
Mi gente Latino.
In some places, you gotta specifically tell the cashier you're looking for Dubai chocolate, cause it's actually hidden behind the counter, probably having to do with people stealing it. When it comes to food, you gotta be careful. You can really mess up your health without even knowing. A study by the Baden-Württemberg Ministry of Consumer Protection tested 8 imported samples of Dubai chocolate, 5 from the UAE and 3 from Turkey. It found that all 8 samples were considered defective. 5 of the products sampled contained fats other than cocoa butter, which is not permitted in products labeled chocolate in Germany. The study also found that 5 samples were unfit for consumption due to contamination in the manufacturing process. A screening also revealed high levels of mold toxins. And on top of all these copycat products, there's also the issue with realistic looking fakes and scams. The official brand account for fakes warns people to beware of scammers. They always let their customers know, we only sell on this specific app and at the airport. If you buy from somewhere else, there's a chance you're not getting a genuine product. You know that common belief when Googling something? If a search result is closer to the top, there's a higher chance you can trust it, right? Well, if you're not familiar with how Fixed Dessert sells its chocolates and you try Googling a way to order them, the first results that appear are scams, where if you place an order, they'll take your payment and then never send you anything. I even tried clicking around on these sites for fun. With a VPN, of course. A lot of red flags around here that don't add up. Isn't Fixed Dubai chocolate extremely limited and hard to get? You're telling me I can buy 1,000 bars just like that? Okay, don't mind if I do. Can't wait to make bank selling these on eBay. Express delivery is $25? Oh, hell no. Sorry, I am on a budget here. Also, how do I put this without offending anyone? You guys have any less sketchy ways to pay other than a direct bank transfer or with Apple gift cards? Yeah, I see you're offering bonus chocolate bars if I pay with Bitcoin, but I'm fresh out. Okay, fine. I'll pick up $16,000 worth of gift cards. You want Hoyoverse or Applebee's? I also see an option for e-transfer. Can you e-transfer $16,000 in a day? Even if I wanted to, my bank would not let this go through. Hi, we see you're about to do something really stupid. We're gonna go ahead and block this transaction. Anything else for today?
My job was to help you take over Serendipity.
Job?
That's right. I'm just a tool your parents brought in. Uncle Edward and Aunt Grace wanted me to spark your competitive spirit. They asked me to teach you how to run the company.
Anything else for today? How can you see me? Who the hell? The Fixed Dessert Company is very aware of all the fakes being sold and how it's sort of tarnishing the brand because the quality is usually worse. Some fakes have even copied the packaging to a T, where it almost looks identical to the real thing. You can't even tell it's a knockoff until you've already paid for it.
And our reaction card. And then as soon as I open it up, I see this Dubai chocolate sticker. And I knew something was off because I've never seen this sticker on any of other wrappers. And then I see this white spot right here. It looks like the sticker residue, like someone peeled off the sticker and then stick it back on.
And if you're able to get a genuine fixed bar from a reseller, according to the brand, distributors who did manage to get their hands on the real candy are not storing the fixed dessert bars in the right conditions and are selling them at 3 times the price. We're not scalping Labubus or Pokemon cards anymore. This is food that has the potential to make people sick. And can someone tell me why Etsy has turned into a Dubai chocolate reseller's hotspot? What the hell happened to this place? It used to be known as the place to go if you wanted something handmade and not mass-produced. People like the idea of supporting small businesses run by individual sellers who dedicate a lot of their time and effort into making their own products. Now it's turned into a place for dropshippers to sell fake handmade items you can also find on other websites. Except, the listing on Etsy, it has lore to it. All the products you see here are single-handedly crafted by a hard-working single mother of 4. Her name is Miss A Mazon. To pay for her kids' college tuition, she also sells Dubai chocolate as a side hustle, and it's the real deal. Why go through all the trouble of taking a trip to the Dubai airport or trying to buy it through the app when you could have just ordered it on Etsy all along? I feel like these business models are really strange because they're not backed by the actual brand. My guess is that they live in close proximity to the physical store, so they can bulk buy the chocolate as orders come in. Wait, dispatched from Poland? Dubai eyes deceive me? That's a whole ass different country. Doesn't sound like a very sustainable business plan, flying to a different city every time someone places an order. Depending on where it's being shipped to, it'll take at least a week or even longer to arrive. Doesn't that concern people when placing an order? You have no idea who's reselling this. How fresh are these chocolates? Are they being stored properly, or are they just raw dogging it on the floor? Chocolate is prone to melting, not to mention ingredients like pistachio cream. How well is this gonna hold up flying in the air for weeks? Not well, apparently, according to some reviews. What have we done to the economy? It's turned into paying for my Dubai chocolate from Etsy using a loan from Klarna, and using the money I didn't spend on a Labubu so I can resell it on eBay for triple the price. Well, another victim to a successful TikTok marketing campaign. Overall, it's been pretty positive for the brand, but for the consumer, kinda questionable. With all things popular, if you do decide to make a purchase, make sure you shop with your brain and not with your heart. Lots of people and companies out there ready to capitalize on a trend to the detriment of the consumer. And customers aren't typically known to be the smartest. Well, before you take off, tap the like button if you enjoyed our time together, and as a way to send thoughts and prayers, this chocolate bar from an office supply store doesn't give me a tummy ache. Have a good day, try not to be dumb, and see you in the next one.
Real good breakfast don't need extras. Less extras, more real. Get real. Get Arla.
Want bright, glowing skin? Experience Vaseline Serum Lotions. Feel the power of glutathione in our lightweight serum burst formula for skin you'd love to live in. Reveal your glutathione.
Morning, welcome back. The guy running this channel told me a meal isn't complete without dessert. Blink if you agree. For all the nerds out there, a full course meal is like an essay. You got the intro and body, which are the appetizer and main course, the meat and potatoes of it all. But if you don't end things off with a solid conclusion, then what's the point? Really puts a hamper on the presentation when it gets summed up with a, and yeah, that's it. Any questions? Hi, you said there'd be candy and ice cream afterwards. I'm not seeing any of that anywhere. What is this meeting about anyways? If you lock eyes with me after a meal and we can telepathically agree to get something sweet after dinner, you're one of the good ones. Sure, people say craving sugar after eating is caused by not getting enough protein, or it's just a bad habit you developed over the years. To that I say, can't a guy have a piece of candy after scarfing down 4-day-old chicken and broccoli meal prep? A sweet treat every now and again, in moderation, won't be the death of you. Before modern times, sugar used to be a luxury. Food for kings and queens, where only the highest of classes could afford inviting this delicious ingredient to all their meals. Pudding, tarts, pies, baked goods, cakes so decadent, just the mere mention of them would get you a free trip to the guillotine. On second thought, maybe desserts do cause
fatality.
These sugar crystals were good enough for literal gods, like in Greek mythology. You know, I've always wanted to know what ambrosia tastes like after reading about it in a Percy Jackson book. Unfortunately, after one quick Google search, ambrosia for us mortals is definitely not the same. We did eventually realize, oh, we're eating way more sugar than ever before, and probably too much of it. That normal looking iced coffee was actually 70% sugar and syrup before getting mixed together. That innocent looking crumble cookie you ate in 4 bites just took up half of your daily calorie and sugar intake. Scary, what do now? Have no fear, everything will be okay once we hit up the sunny streets of LA. You'll see all sorts of fad diets, juice cleanses, and restaurants solely focused on clean eating. Something this high-profile city has popularized and is pretty good at is making foods vegan, vegetarian, sugar-free, and gluten-free. Allergies hate this place. Can't eat seafood? Well, this LA restaurant somehow has seafood, free seafood. It'll just cost you $90 for a bite-sized entree, plus a 25% tip. It's also a place where looking skinny and fit is a high priority on people's to-do lists. You can't be body T if you're eating sugar all the time. Or can you? Once these ingredient-free foods became mainstream, healthy versions of classic desserts started popping up all over the place. Do-it-yourself recipes you can make right at home without all the extra calories. You're telling me one of these cookies is only 35 calories?
And you know what? What was that?
Right. Stick this in some drywall and call it insulated. The way it tore apart like a sponge. In a lot of these healthy recipes, you're usually sacrificing taste for lower calories. But is it worth it? And you know how in this day and age, we don't have middle grounds anymore. Your dessert is either a 1,000 calorie brick of sugar, or a skinny mini 35 calories worth of egg insulation foam. Crumble cookies would never sell something like this, but they will sell a flourless, sugar-free cake. Ruh-roh. This cookie franchise with their cult following released their newest collab with the Kardashian family, who are the most accurate representation of LA celebrity culture. They came out with 6 new desserts, a cookie or a cake with a specific flavor handpicked by a Kardashian member. At first glance, it looks like your run-of-the-mill collab they always do with famous people. Except, one of these things is not like the other.
Very confident na ako and naglessen yung insecurities ko about myself.
In a crumble cookie world filled with gluten and processed sugar, one brave dessert decides to rise up above the rest.
And I'm leaving at 4 p.m. and I don't care what anyone says.
Kourtney Kardashian, the oldest sister in the Kardashian family, who's known for her super healthy diet, which she describes as vegan, gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free, processed food-free, and fast food-free.
Fresh and it's all like organic almonds and stuff.
Sometimes preservatives taste just that much better though.
I'm sorry, this would be way too much for me. I would free myself by jumping off a cliff. Kourtney was one of the last people you'd expect to be working with Crumbl, since they're known for making desserts with all the ingredients she avoids. Those cookies, they have to stay 100 yards away from her at all times. We're not even sure if she's even tasted one.
I can't eat this, but how exciting is it to smell it?
But since the Kardashians are a package deal, she took her love for clean eating and made a dessert with her personality written all over it. Kourtney's flourless chocolate cake, a luscious gluten-friendly chocolate cake made with 0 refined sugar, drizzled with a velvety dark chocolate glaze and crowned with tangy raspberries. I'll give them credit for making something new for people who might not like overly sweet desserts. This is their first attempt at a gluten-friendly product, which is not the same as gluten-free. Crumbl cookie kitchens are like 95% flour flying all over the place. Their core identity is making normal cakes and cookies with flour. I guess normal can be whatever you want it to be. Except when you wake up with a mysterious rash on the side of your face, which gets you thinking, this cold I've been fighting off is lasting a lot longer than usual. Let me ask Google. 20 queries later, you've convinced yourself you have every illness known to man. A pretty standard reaction a lot of us go through more often than not. Make smarter use of your time with ZocDoc, a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality, in-network doctors and click instantly to book an appointment. It's designed to fit your schedule, making the whole process a lot less stressful. After checking out doctors and their actual availability in real time, pick a time slot that works for you. Most people can have something ready to go within 24 to 72 hours of booking. Same day appointments can also happen if you're lucky. They have you covered, from mental health to dental checkups to your urgent and primary care needs. Filtered through over 100,000 doctors based on location, ratings, specialties, and if they take your insurance before making a choice. No one likes getting a jump scare when looking at their medical bill. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/invasion to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/invasion, ZocDoc.com/invasion. You ever go trick-or-treating on a chilly Tuesday night, expecting the same standard bite-sized chocolate bar from every house you visit, only to watch an almond mom slide a box of raisins into your pillowcase? Crumble Cookies has a reputation to uphold. Their loyal following is used to sugary, sweet, 100% flour desserts you can only have a few bites of because they're so rich. Their branding is solid, and this flourless cake stuck out like a sore thumb. It's like having a dessert party where all the guests are cake, and an apple shows up. Hey you guys! Brought some vitamin C and fiber for everyone! Wow, everyone's so dressed up here. If you told me in advance, I would have brought my gala outfit to the party, if you know what I mean.
Ew, who invited this
What is he
guy?
wearing?
That's like the ugliest outfit I've ever
Is that a
seen.
leaf
on his head?
Well, okay, this flourless cake might not fit the Crumble brand, but that shouldn't matter as long as it tastes good, right? Right? Founder of Crumble Cookies, Sawyer Hemsley.
Hello, Crumble Nation. My name is Sawyer Hemsley. I'm a founder here at Crumble.
Crumble Nation, how we feeling? Not good, apparently. This cake was not a hit with Crumble Cookie fan taste buds. A lot of reviews commented on the weird texture and strange taste, not normally associated with a Crumble Cookie dessert.
So we got Courtney's flourless cake. I've never had a flourless cake before, so I guess let's see what that looks like. Oh, all right, so here it is. That one was not for me.
Ooh. Yeah, no. Cake needs flour. Yeah. It's like way... I feel like I'm just eating like cocoa powder mix.
Even influencers who taste test the lineup on a weekly basis and enjoy them for the most part were perplexed at this thing.
No comment.
Not to mention kids taking a bite, giving their parent a dirty look as though they've been betrayed before spitting it out in front of them. I wouldn't completely trust a child's taste on what foods are actually good, but they used to eat slimy baby food made from wax beans and then would polish off some Lego pieces for a snack. Even they can't stomach an LA-style, flourless, sugarless, beanless cake. What got me giggling were the reviews on the official Crumble Cookie website. Y'all have lost your minds. This was horrid. The nastiest thing I have ever tried. Not all reviews were bad though. There were some positive and mixed opinions as well. Mostly from people who are used to eating flourless cakes, who like the bitter taste of dark chocolate, and old parents.
Pruébelo, dígame si le gusta. ¿Está rico?
Es como brownie, ¿verdad? Pero oscuro, ¿verdad?
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
This was made for people who like dark chocolate, for one, because this is heavy on the dark chocolate, and who are a little bit more health conscious when it comes to their desserts.
Do you want to know who the biggest hypocrites are? People who say they don't like AI. Well, the majority of those people anyway. I don't like AI, I've made that very clear, and so do other people, but there are hypocrites who say they don't like AI, but then go and actively support AI programs or projects.
Guys, I use character AI, Polybuzz to do my homework. Guys, come on, believe me.
Let's be real, you just roleplay all day. Come on, don't lie. No one is really that innocent. These types of people are the ones who watch the shit we're going to be talking about in this video. AI ASMR. Now yes, it sounds ridiculous, but let me explain this. So, AI ASMR, what exactly is it? Well, it is pretty obvious, but AI ASMR is a current trend on TikTok in which AI creators use generative AI to make different forms of ASMR, such as slime, paint, chopping, and food videos. There are more examples, but I'd be here forever. Those are just the main examples. People watch them and create them because they find it satisfying. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are pretty satisfying when you don't notice someone's finger merging into the slime or whatever. But what's the real purpose of making these videos? Well, money, obviously. Considering it is so popular, it's an easy way of getting money. These videos get millions and millions of views. And all the comments are like, "This is so satisfying." And "I don't like AI, but this is so relaxing to watch." Commenting is only going to contribute to the problem. You know that, right? Do you really want to watch people play with fake slime? Like, these videos make people look deformed. Their fingers disappear, or they have like 8 fingers. Not to mention how ugly it looks in general. I feel like I am being a little dramatic here, so let's actually discuss the problem here. Generative AI is bad for the environment, and there are many sources to prove this. According to AI and sustainability expert Norman Bashir of the MIT, generative AI models have an especially short shelf life, driven by rise in demand for new AI applications. This just basically means that there's a lot of energy waste going on. AI is being used to accelerate oil extraction, and AI's overall energy demand is growing in a way that outpaces existing renewable energy infrastructure. These are, of course, very big issues. AI ASMR is a part of generative AI, which causes the problems we discussed. Not to mention how ugly it looks. It just doesn't look as cool as real ASMR videos. I personally haven't been the biggest fan of ASMR. I don't really like some of the noises, but I think that the AI one is just worse. Remember everyone, do your research before saying shit online. There are tons of sources to back up this evidence, so please make sure the sources are trustable before using them. Anyways, let's get back onto the topic. Many ASMR creators have decided to recreate the AI ASMR videos with real resources, considering they don't like how they are being replaced as such. It's interesting to see, but of course there are people in the comments saying that AI is better because it looks more real. Sure, having these crazy different things as different slimes or whatever the hell you want seems cool, but it just doesn't look that appealing to me. I find it really interesting to see real ASMR creators' takes on AI versions of ASMR. Low-key, AI better.
Guess you could call them sticky keys. Ahahaha. Get slapped.
Actually being mad at AI ASMR is so silly.
2020, real or cake? 2025, real or AI?
ASMR type cheat. I made this with AI and it's so much better. Check out my profile. Damn, looks like this AI ASMR thing didn't really work out well for them. It's a strange topic, sure, but it's another trend that people are gonna hop onto and then completely forget about. I talked about stuff like this in my modern day consumerism video, but if you haven't seen it, I'll give a brief explanation. In today's times, trend hopping is very common, in which people decide to find what the most popular thing is in that moment and only care about it until it dies out. AI ASMR is one of those trends where people only care about it until it's no longer popular. The issues that generative AI creates helps to emphasize this whole trend hopping thing. Was the few seconds of seeing someone cut up a fake strawberry worth it? I don't think so. Many people say that they don't like AI and then contribute to the problem rather than actually avoiding AI. Do you guys know how algorithms work? If you comment, the video is going to be pushed out. Hate comment or not. People need to understand that, and it's only going to encourage the creator to make more of these shitty videos. The hypocrisy is crazy.
Guys, hear me out. The AI ASMR is so good. Trust me. I also use character AI. How did you notice? Well, look at me. I'm cool. No one would ever know I use character AI for roleplay. I'm lonely, okay? Leave me alone. I'm lonely. Please, just watch this. Watch the AI ASMR. It's really cool, okay?
They say I'm AI, so I'm proving I'm not by eating fully glass fruits.
I don't really think there's anything else to say. I've expressed my opinions on AI enough and it's genuinely become a rival of mine at this point. I just wanted to discuss my thoughts on AI ASMR, a very niche topic, but yet it's a very popular trend right now. I believe that most of it looks really deformed. It doesn't look that good. It just doesn't even look real at all. Well, what do you guys think of AI ASMR? I want to hear what you think about this, and I'll be happy to discuss the cons. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
What did you say? Serena had Clara beaten. She's getting close to Ethan Cloud and even hit you?
Fine, let her hit me. But when she found out I'm marrying Clara as my second wife, she took it out on Clara. I'm devastated.
Master, please stand up for Clara. Serena's still holding a grudge because you legitimized me. She's trying to kill Clara.
Serena, how could you? Take some men to Dane Manor.
Father-in-law.
Morning, welcome back.